Good morning and welcome to the Successful Salon Team Training Room morning training with Steve and I this morning. I've had a massive update happen in StreamYard, so I apologise if when I go to share my screen, something goes a little bit wrong today, because that's what happened on my coaching call this morning, and they've done a big update, not told anyone, and so fingers crossed it's going to work. But how is everyone this morning? Drop me a little hey, thumbs up, let me know you're here. I like to see all your faces. Morning, Dolly, and see who's in and listening. Today, we are going to be talking about your website, because believe it or not, your website can actually be damaging your business. If you are saying the wrong things on your website, like when we build it, we're not website developers. We don't really know what we're doing. So we either take inspiration from somebody else, or we get the web developer to lead us in that journey, and they know nothing about our business. So that's the first thing that can be damaging your business. You can be putting the wrong things up. But also, if you're giving all this hype and all this, we're amazing, we're amazing, we're amazing, and they're not living up to that when the client comes in to see you, you run the risk of damaging your business again, because they will feel disappointed, they will get buyer's remorse, and they won't come back. So today we're here to bust that with you, with a guy called Steve that we've met through the group. I love meeting people through this group because I love finding out what everybody does. So let's welcome Steve. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Extremely well, thank you. Extremely well.
Good. You said to me you've been for a nice run this morning, so you were like,
pumped. I did. I went for a good 3 miler. Do it every other day, so that's feeling good. Ready to look at the world and go for it. Definitely.
Oh, I'm very jealous. I should have been doing that. However, this morning wasn't my finest. Never mind. Morning, Deanne. Hi, Lewis. Hi, Liam. Hi, Chasey. I hope everyone's okay. Okay, so Steve, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Yeah. So my name's Steve Hilliard. I've been a hairdresser for 35 years now, which is quite scary. Running salons for 24 years, which is also very scary as well. It just seems like it was yesterday. It's been an amazing journey, that's for sure. And I worked at a great salon, trained, left, and then I did a little bit of freelancing in 89, 90. Got my first salon in 96, and then got the other salon about 10 years later. But it's been a great journey for me, and I've really enjoyed it. But obviously, I've looked at my business in a different way, and I sort of rebranded ourselves about 10 years ago. About 7 years ago. But about 10 years ago, I started to step away from the business and sort of help to run the business from afar. So I've dedicated more time to run the business than being in the business, and I'm only do about 8 clients a week. But I charge a premium price. So when I'm with my clients, I charge them a really healthy price. But I still enjoy doing hair. But I'm more of a business sort of, guru, shui. Yeah, that sort of thing is what I really, really like. Love an Excel sheet. Most hairdressers in this world hate an Excel sheet, and I get that because we're not that type of people. But I started looking at our website, and everybody kept on saying to us, "Your website's great. It's so informative," but I felt it wasn't telling me as a customer when I went onto it about what we do. So it was very giving mixed messages. So I started to basically rebrand it and change it to what we've got now. So I want to share some ideas of people and hopefully give people some inspiration to look at their business in a different way.
Absolutely. I really, really agree with you. I think, salon owners, we look at all the fluffy stuff that we want people to think and feel, and not the business strategies that we need to employ on a website, because
absolutely,
it's no good driving people to your website or people finding you on your website and then clicking off and going somewhere else. It's a conversion funnel. And right. That's how we have to look at it. It is a strategy in client attraction, and if it's not converting well enough for you, it's a waste of time. It's doing you more damage than good. It's a little bit like, I heard this on my coaching call, because everyone knows at 8 a.m. every morning I'm on my coaching call with one of my mentors.
Good.
And I heard this there this morning, and it was just really funny. They were like, imagine, everyone knows if you get a can of Heinz baked beans, what it is. You know what's in that tin, don't you? And you know how yummy it is when you putting it on top of some really nice crispy toast, and then all that cheese, all that gooey cheese is like melted inside, and it's all hot and steamy, and that first bite is absolutely amazing. Now imagine if you bit into that toast and the beans were spaghetti hoops. Like, how let down would
Absolutely.
Absolutely let down. Like, oh my God, what's happened to my beans on toast? But that is pretty much what most people's websites are doing to their business. We think we're getting beans on toast with yummy hot cheese, and actually we're getting spaghetti hoops. So we need to bust that. And Steve does this really well. So I'm going to attempt to share my screen.
Go.
Has Steve's website on there, and we're just going to get Steve to pick it apart really and talk to us about, share with us the brains behind what you've done and why you've done things the way you have. I remember my website's always being tweaked and played around. And actually there's some stuff, because we were doing this, it's made me over the weekend go and visit mine again, and there's some stuff I want to change. But I remember being in a coaching room with another salon and I, and Ken, my business dad from 365, put both of our websites up on the screen. This is why I'm so passionate about it. And he was like, what do these websites say to me as a client?
Exactly.
And I just was like, shit, my website's shit.
And that's, you've really hit the nail on the head, because I think most websites talk about how wonderful we are as a salon, but they don't talk from the client perspective. And that's what we did. We really looked at what the client's journey would be to do that, because it was all about, it seemed all very hair. And you go onto my site, shall I share my end so I can?
I've got it up.
Okay, so
here we go. Can you see that?
Yep. So the idea of the website is, so we need to think now as if we are a client, not a hairdresser, not a salon owner, not a manager, nothing to do with hairdressing. We are a client going into a salon. And the reason why the lady on there, you'll see there's not much hair on my hairdressing site, other than there's pictures of our Instagram further down some of the pages. But it's all about the client's journey. So the girl is looking at you, and she is continually looking at you for the whole of your journey. So as a client, you go on, we all are aware of, obviously, because I still am in the hairdressing world, and I still am doing clients. The first question is, ask yourself, does my client listen to me, and do they give me the time and advice that I deserve? Now, when a new client comes to you, that seems to be an issue. The stylist hasn't listened to the client, they're not giving the time. We run on a 60-minute appointment. We don't run on a 45-minute appointment. I'll explain that a little bit as we go on, and the reasons why we do that. But we are more high end, so we can afford to go at 60-minute. So we educate the client through the journey. So we've sort of invented this, the Steve Hilliard difference and the 4-point guarantee, which we'll show you in a minute. So it says here, at Steve.
Shall you share your screen? Because I just thought then you can move through the website.
Brilliant. That'd be superb. No, that's all right. I'll share my end.
I just think that then when you're talking.
Yeah, that's fine. Why can I only see you to share?
Can you do it now?
Application window. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Is that it? Can you see that?
Yeah, there we go.
Right, let me go back to, is that okay? Can you see the front screen, Jen? Yeah?
Yeah, you won't be able to see us. You'll only see your screen.
Okay.
We can all see you.
Okay, cool, brilliant. So, it's all about the journey. So we look at the girls looking at us when we go on there. This is like our homepage here. And ask yourself, we've gone through this. So as we scroll down, we hit our 4-point guarantee. So this is our brand. This is us. This is what we devised from the website that I explained. Didn't explain exactly what we looked like. It was very messy. So this is more transparent and more formal to actually explain what we do in the salon. So this whole site came from a questionnaire to the clients. So when we got the data back from the clients, this came up here. You know, you listen, you advise, you give us, you know, the time and all that sort of stuff. So we invented a 4-point guarantee. And the 4-point guarantee is we guarantee we listen carefully, so we understand exactly what you want. So we guarantee to give you the time you need, so you never feel rushed and taken for granted. We guarantee to give you the advice you need, so you'll be confident in the choices that you make. And we guarantee you leave the salon knowing how to look after your hair until we see you again. So this is all about the listening, which is our team is trained in. This is all about guaranteeing the time, so the 60-minute appointment, and we give the advice. So that's the advice, whether it's cut, color, or whatever it might be. And we guarantee when you leave the salon, you'll know we've educated you. We've gone through products. We've gone through, you know, how to style your hair at home, what color, you know, we've done, and all that sort of stuff. So during the whole process, it's that whole sort of journey of education of what we do. So it then developed into the Steve Hillier difference. So that's what we try and make ourselves look like to the salons in our towns. We are completely different. I use the word different a lot, but you'll see the reason why, because it is completely different to most sites. So that's the first page. And if we scroll to the About Us, you can trust to look after us in the way you've probably been never experienced before. So again, this came from our client survey, and this About Us is all about what we do and what we promise. So I suppose the Steve Hillier difference, the 4-point guarantee, is our promise to what we made to our clients for when we come in. But the most important thing, going back to the 4-point guarantee here, is that my team understand what this means to the client. So it's bringing the engagement of the team into the brand and giving a clear message, not just for the client, but for the team to be educating the clients, giving them the time. You know, we all talk about going on holiday and, you know, all that sort of stuff and what's going on in the world, but it's most important, obviously, to educate during the service, whether it's you're cutting, texturizing, whether you're over directing at the front, or, you know, whatever color and how you're placing your color. It's all about the education of what we're doing within that period of time we sit with a client. So the About Us was all about what we do as a promise, I suppose. And then when you go on to the salons, again, this girl throughout the whole journey is looking at you, and that's really important from a marketing you know, people are engaging with you, aren't they? They're looking at you. So so important with the eye contact. Our customers are constantly telling us that you know, that they love the atmosphere in both salons because it's so relaxed. Again, this was a quote from our survey. And then you scroll down and it gives you, we've got just a 360 of the salon. So you can't see, I'm going to show you in a minute. This is my Ampthill salon. In between each of the stations, we have the 4-point guarantee actually written down here. I'll show you the Luton one in a minute, because Luton was refurbed in January, and Ampthill is going to be due latter part. Well, it was going to be done in April this year, but obviously for obvious reasons, we're not doing it in April. That's been put on hold for a little bit. So this is the old Luton salon, as a 360. And what we've created when you walk through the door is, where is that? I think it's that one. Oh, why has that gone blue? You can't. So reception, can you see that, Jen?
Yeah.
So reception's over here as you walk in, And this here is our 4-point guarantee. And this is where Amptil is going to look different as well. So when you sit in reception, you've got the 4-point guarantee. And there isn't a picture, but the basins are here. And then over this beam across there, there's another version of this. So when you're sitting back, at the backwash, you're reading the 4-point guarantee. So it's being drilled into the client throughout the whole of the journey.
And the team, because that's subconsciously
100%.
Their brain.
100%, 100%. And then next door, we've got 3 chairs, another basin in there. So, you know, they're not massive salons, they're only 8-seaters and 7-seaters. But, you know, it's all about the brand. And the Steve Hillier difference is in both salons. So, you know, this, again, came from the survey at the end of the day and what we were doing. How do I get out of this now? There we go. So that's just about the salons, the location of salons as well. And then most of this script came from the client survey gen because it had to be what the client spoke about. Yeah. Because it was important to make us look different to any other salon. And I think like what you touched on, you know, when I opened up my salon in '96, I put all of my prices just below the salons down the road, like everybody else does. You know, we are now the most expensive salons in both towns, but everybody copies everybody else. And I think to be different and look differently into stuff is hugely important. And then on the pricing, again, the ladies here, I'd be pleased to know Price Lists offers plenty choice and flexibility. So then you've got either salon, you click on whatever they are, and then we've got different tiers. Nice little tip for people about a graduate, the word rising star. I don't think I'd want my hair cut by a graduate, to be fair, but so that's our pricing. So it's very sort of easy and easy to work out. But again, it's all about the continuous of the brand and what it looks like throughout the whole journey.
It's interesting because we don't have a price list on our website.
Yes,
I like to have conversations, and so we give like we go from and to, because actually when people are looking at the prices, the question they're asking in their head is, can I afford to go here? So we give them that guide. And then we create a conversation with them.
So similar to you, we don't have price lists in the salon. So you can't walk into my salon and take away a price list. No. We have a laminated A4 double-sided of this, but it gives you different level. Yeah. Your price point, isn't it?
I put mine, and you know the wine menus, a really lovely wine menu that you get in like a restaurant.
Yes.
I put mine printed up in a wine menu so that I have to take it to them and we have to sit and have a conversation. We
100%.
Can't give it to them and let them go off and think about it themselves, because otherwise, you know, they're thinking, oh, I want an ombre, and they don't. They need a colour cleanse, they need a condition treatment, they want a balayage, and it just gets confusing. And if they have in their mind, I want an ombre and it's going to cost me 150 quid, and then actually it's all of those other things and it's going to cost 220 quid, I've upset the client already.
Yeah, totally agree.
She's
100%.
devastated because it's far much more money. So having those conversations is key.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Similar sort of scenario, we don't want to be giving out prices when people walk through the door. No. But you're right. The front of house is, you know, is there to educate the client on what they need and what they want when they're done as well. So yeah, I totally agree with that, 100%. And then we've got the team, so our team are willing to do everything in their power to help you look and feel fantastic when you leave. Again, this was, you know, we've taken words from the client's feedback to what we were doing, and it gives us more of an understanding about what we were doing. And then I invented the 4-point guarantee and the Steve Hillier difference, which is all about the team coming together as well as being, you know, singing from the same page at the end of the day. And then each team member has, you know, a bio, so you can click on the bio, and then explains what they are. I mean, Alice was I trained Alice. She's been with me for 10 years now, I think. No, since 2011, so 9 years. you know, I trained Alice, and from day one, back in when I was doing training, and it just gives a little bit about what they do. She's an amazing bob specialist, and she loves short hair as well. So yeah, so it's more about the branding of obviously the logo behind as well, so it all fits in with what we're trying to message to the client at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So each person will have their own skill set. Like Jen's an amazing colorist, she's a color expert, so you know, she's sort of our go-to on color in the Luton Salon. So it just shows that the point of difference. You know, I said the word different and difference so many times already, but it's so important to be like that, isn't it? Have a standing out point of the salon and not follow the same mold as everybody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and then again, hate the word promotions. You don't like the word promotions, but what we did find probably about 10, 11 years ago, that our Thursdays were a very unusual day. It was either super busy or flat. So we invented the Colour Difference Day, which is basically a package, cut and blow dry and a tinting roots for 97. You can upgrade for a cut and blow dry and a full head for 114, I think it is. It's just, and it's, you know, it's booked 6 to 8 weeks in advance. It's all about numbers now. It's a package that we've done for about 10 years or so now, just to make sure Thursdays were a busy day. So the Colour Difference Day was just some part of the branding that I suppose we put into the salon, and to make us sort of stand out a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Hair extensions is hair extensions, which we do, beauty works, and then testimonials. So finding the right hairdresser can make all the difference to how you feel. Read on to discover how I feel about the Steve Hilliard difference. So we use shortcuts. So my local salon is our sort of go-to. Clients, as soon as they come in, they get an email out so they can mark us out the 5 stars here, and then it's topped up. I think it scrolls through the top 30 most up-to-date ones on the site. Again, it's important for clients to see, you know what sort of level you are with the salon as well.
Yeah.
And then on the recruitment side, we try to look at it in a different way. We do lots of bonuses for our team. They have control of their own basic salary. There's lots of ways my team can earn more money from a starting point. So what we've sort of tried is reflect on, you know, are you fed up with being underpaid and taken for granted? So trying to talk to the stylist and see whether they would, you know, come into the salon because the particular salon that they're working at is not giving them the right kind of package, I suppose, or the support. I think a lot of salons are scared about paying their stylist certain amount of money, but if there's certain key performance indicators in place, it can help to sort of grow that as well.
Yeah.
And then I suppose a lot of people have done this now, Jen. I mean, I can share this. It's not about branding, but we've put on our contact us page about reopening.
Yeah.
So I'm sure a lot of your salons have done this already. So you basically go on. Okay, so what we've done is, as obviously it is here, based on the 4th of July, waiting for the government. I mean, I'm sure we're all getting emails and texts from clients. Can I, when can I book in? I even had an email from a client saying, my friend in Kettering has got an appointment for the 4th of July. And I said, that's brilliant. But the problem is, if the 4th of July doesn't happen, the man hours of getting all these clients in to change them all is just catastrophic.
Yeah.
So we're going to need to wait for that date. So you choose your salon, you put your name, phone number, preferred stylist, what service you want, preferred day, and then date, and then submit. One thing I'm going to add to this is maybe just to share with you guys is I'm going to add in, have you coloured your hair during lockdown?
Yeah.
Obviously, if they've coloured the hair during lockdown, they can't have the same service. So I'm getting my web developer to put that on this week. So, and then click submit. And what that does, that literally goes into our inbox of both salons, and then front of house are going to go in when we get the date and all that sort of stuff to start doing all the phone calls. And you just get a reply back on the site saying success, we have your details and we'll be in contact with you, as soon as we've got a date. So we're pointing all of our clients towards the website. We've put a notice on the salons as well. I did that yesterday. For your next appointment. Ampthill sits in a really busy marketing town, whereas Luton is on the outskirts sits on the north side of Luton on a very busy road, but set back. We get a lot of people walking by in Ampthill. So that will help people just to book in, to get us their details so we can contact them. And that's us. That is the brand. So the most important thing is finding a promise, a guarantee, an oath, or whatever it might be for your salon that makes you stand out differently. And we guarantee, it is a guarantee that we will deliver this. And the Steve Hilliard difference makes the staff stand out. And when we do appraisals, all their appraisals are a link to this as well. So this obviously links to their retail percentage. Over here about, talking to their clients about products and upselling the clients and that. This can be linked to their productivity percentage. So it gives them, if they're giving advice, the clients want to come back, don't they? So that is the brand.
I love it.
Thank you.
Really, it's set up to be a real high converting web page.
Yeah.
Which is, and even like along the top where you've got, can you still see me?
Yeah, I've gone back to you. So can you see the site now? Have I stopped sharing?
Yeah, it's fine because I'm just looking at it on mine. It's fine. But even along the top where you've got online booking, Facebook, Twitter, you've got an app. What's the app?
So the app is the Shortcuts app. So it's more of, it's got our branding on it. You can book through the app. The Shortcuts' online platform isn't as good as it could be. They are having a massive rechange in Shortcuts, and they are aware of it. I'm a big advocate of Shortcuts, but the app is more of a transitional way of booking your appointment than on the it takes you out of the online booking takes you out of the site to a site that's hosted by Shortcuts. So they're looking to change that. So
we use Salon IQ, and I love the way that you can book online. I'm
guessing you won't be putting your online bookings on though for when we go back. No, I don't think it's a good idea.
Not for the first month or so.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But there won't be any that they can book. It's just going to say sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out.
But the problem is if we have to go into this 15-minute, if we have to have the 15-minute wipe down and cleans down and all that sort of stuff, people are just going to be jumping in appointments, aren't they? And you're just it's going to be a nightmare. So we're doing it manually like yourself. So probably for the first good 4 weeks or so.
Good idea. So I hope that's given you all something to go away and have a little think about. I think, and websites, I designed my entire website myself.
Wow.
I went and watched, and I've never done it before. I went and watched a load of videos on YouTube, and then I just watched it, come back over and did it. Watched another bit, paused it, come back over and did it. And I built the entire thing myself. So if you've already got a website built, that's amazing. But all you need to do is just learn how to do some changes. And if you find out, you'll either be on WordPress. I would imagine most sites are built now on WordPress, or you'll be on Wix maybe. And you just find out what you're on and then Google and YouTube how to change things and then go back and do it. It's now drag and drop. It's as simple as anything.
Yeah.
So I do think that if nothing else today, your get shit done task is to go and have a look at your website, and as if you're a client, and think to yourself, what is it saying to me? Is it telling the truth about me, or is it blowing smoke up us and making us look amazing? And how can we strengthen it to make it better? So even if you've just got a plan together and you can't do it yourself, go on to fiverr.com. You know, there are so many web developers that you can use on there. I've got a guy out in India that does all the keywording for my, because it's just time consuming and I don't have the time to do it and I don't really wish to. And it's all the back end stuff where you're keywording it up so you show up where you need to be on Google. And so once every 2-3 months, I just make contact with him. He goes in and does some keywording, behind the scenes stuff. I do it all on the blog post when I'm writing the blog post, and he does it all on the pages, and he just upgrades everything, changes everything for me. And like he's like something like 40 quid. It's not expensive.
Yeah, I've got a guy who does, a local guy that does mine for me. I've got the brains power to give the creative side, but Mike only charges me about £30 a month to do any updates, so it's really really good. Yeah, I mean, there was a big more amount to actually do the site, but any updates, is only £30. But I think what your sort of viewers need to think about is maybe they might not be able to do the changes now, but maybe think about a questionnaire that drags out of the client when you get back. Obviously it's going to be mad when we get back, so it might not be the first 6 to 8 weeks a good idea to do it, but something you can drag, or you could maybe send it out now, couldn't you? I suppose if you've got email.
I sent mine out 4 days ago.
Yeah.
My questionnaire using just SurveyMonkey.
Yeah.
You can get up to 40 responses for free. So if you don't want to pay for it, then just send it to 40 select clients that you really value their opinion. And you don't need to pay any more for that. Or it's £25 a month and you can get as many responses back as you like. I think mine went out to about 1,000 people. And we got a nice amount back in order for me and Chloe to now sit down and start sifting through. I had a quick look last night, just a quick brief, and there was some really positive, lovely stuff. But it's also given me like silly little things, like the answers to all the questions that they want answered, that I then will spend this week on social media answering. So it's given me my social media content for an entire week. Like there's so many ways that you can use a great survey, but you have to send one out. So think about the sorts of questions that you would like answered. What do you really want to know from your team, from your clients? I've sent one. Well, I've got one designed first thing this morning, which is going out to my team today for a return to work kind of feeler to see how everyone's feeling, what changes make, that kind of stuff. So you can use these surveys for absolutely anything. And that's SurveyMonkey. Really, really easy to just design one. And you just copy a link and send it out in a text message. That's all I've done.
Great.
Okay. Well, Steve, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
For sharing with us today. I'm sure everyone's gone, might need to go revisit my website, as I have. And I will be doing mine. Because that has really made me think about actually some stuff that I can be changing on mine. And I think your website's never finished. There's always something that we can be doing and adding to, it's a sales page at the end of the day. It's not so that you look like a good salon. It's a sales page and it needs to convert. And what Steve's done is really made that high converting page. So well done, Steve. And thank you.
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, well, listen, guys, go get shit done. Go look at your website. Think about a survey. I will catch you all tomorrow. Lots of love. Take care. And I'll see you all soon. Bye.